On SBC2 now, it's Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Sometimes you just don't need to change these, do you? We probably shouldn't show that anymore. On SBC1 now, it's Rich and Ali's Craven Newsround. It couldn't be more Craven. Pretending to write the news today. Okay, that's fine. Just until they notice we're here. Oh. Hello, welcome to Rich and Ali's Craven Newsround. Do the date first. It's Friday, March the 27th. Friday, March the 27th. That's not how you do dates. All right, look, Friday, March the 27th. One of our lights isn't working. It hasn't been working all week, though. No one's noticed. And I'm Richard Herring. What were you in? I was in the radio show That Was Then, This Is Now. We did quite a few series of that. Was it good? It wasn't really that good, but it was, I suppose, the embryonic form of As It Occurs to Me, which was good, and also Danny Robbins was in it, who has gone on to be the huge act who can sell out the Albert Hall. So, you know, that's the one you got rid of, As It Occurs to Me. Yeah, that was foolishly, made the wrong choice, went for Dan Tetzel. What can you do? What can you do, my friends? This is my little compatriot, Ali Sloper. I was very famous in Victorian times, but I'm also that and that. You what? And that and that and that. Why did your mouth go on this thing? I'm trying to do the B's with properly. Well, let's see what happens now. I'm winking at it. Okay, that's the winking at it. I'm cheeky me. Don't put your eggs in a basket, Mrs. Harrison. You'll only have yourself to blame if the yolks go runny and the whites go funny and you slip up and hurt your, how's my father? Well, you have to, for that to work, we have to know what something that rhymes with aim that is rude, that you can go, how's your father? Otherwise, that's just you getting out of doing a rhyme. What's the rude thing that rhymes with aim? Vaginame? Vaginame? Arsene? No. So you just, I sometimes feel like you're making these songs up as you go along. No, I'm not, Richard. They are classic musical songs. Oh, I lived in the alley with the girl called Sally, and the top that she would show you her knickers. It all went very well till one day there came a big congregation of vicars, a congregation of vicars. They came down the alley and they saw me and Sally and they said, what do you do in there with that girl's underwear? And I said I didn't know, I was totally unaware that the underwear was over there and under there and over there and where and where and where and where and where. Oh, so, yeah, there's no way you could be making that up. That's just too good. So I bow down to you, Ali, for your fantastic memory of. No one could make that. Nobody could make that up, Rich, just on the spur of the moment. They would have to be a genius to do that. I'm winking at it. You winked there, but you've turned your winking eye away from the camera. It still works. Sit on it, Dada. By the way, sit on it, Dada. Don't put your eggs in the basket, Dada. Get out of here early. Don't put your eggs in a basket. It's a stupid place to put them. All right, this is just turning into man. Look, I thought we would start doing quite well with this. Like, there's going to be teething troubles. There's going to be times when, you know, when you're doing a show like this every day, there's going to be times when it doesn't go perfectly, and when some of them aren't as good as the others. All this week, they've been good this week. All this week has been quite bad, I think. Except the Wednesday. We didn't do one on Wednesday. I'm winking at it. Well done, you did wink there. Ah, my eye stuck. I'm in such pain. Ah, why can't I die? But, you know, I'm hoping, like, if we had a bit of production values behind this, Lorne Michaels, and, you know, a bit of money behind it, I think we could iron out some of the kinks in it, and the Kinks, they're back again, aren't they? Lola, la 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 Lola. Stop singing, so it's Friday, and can't sing on Friday. I met a girl and she had a penis, but I didn't mind because every day the singing was cola. Cherry, cherry, cherry cola. I think that's basically it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good, good on Ray Davis, I say, but do you like this Ray Davis or movie, Rich? Ray Davis. Okay, well, but I also, on this issue, whatever it is that I'm meant to think, I think the thing that you know what you think about that, I think the same as well as you. So we're on the same side here, guys. Yeah. Right on. We're so woke, aren't we? We're either woke or not woke. We're either asleep or woke. Whichever is the one you think, that's what we are. So look out for that. Okay. Shall we do some fucking news? Oh, have you done all your catchphrases? I'm a little drunk, but I'm going to kill you all. I think that one's not. I think that's alienating to the audience. You know, I don't want to give notes on screen. Really, we can do this afterwards. We do not talk after the show. We only have an on-screen relationship. It's true. I don't think we've ever spoken to each other when we're not actually performing, have we? No, just when we're being filmed. That's the time they come to life, Richard. It's the opposite of Toy Story. When no one's looking at me, I'm not, and I'm just inert. And when the camera is on me, I come alive. I turn into a different person, a bit like you, isn't it, Richard? What? You show off, don't you, when you're on stage, you're on camera, off camera. I don't know how you know what I'm like off camera. You never see. You're dull and boring and antisocial and so not funny. I mean, you know, you think he's not funny on here. You should see him in real life. He's grumpy. He's a right trick. He shit himself yesterday. You said you wouldn't tell people about that. I ate too much sugar-free gum and I did a fart and a little bit of diarrhea or something came out. I'm nearly 60 years old. We don't have to talk about that I asked you not to mention that on TV, yeah? You did that. I mentioned it. That's the news this week, kids. Richard Herring shat himself. That's where it's come to. This is highly embarrassing for me. I haven't even told my wife about that. I just went and changed my underwear. It wasn't that much. But, you know, it was enough to change your, you know, a little bit of poo, watery poo in your pants. You want to change those, don't you? Yeah, I think you do want to change those. But look, I wish this wasn't live and we could edit that out. Well, we can't, Rich. It's out there now and everyone knows. Sometimes you just follow through a little bit, don't you? It was just a tiny bit. I changed my pants. I was going for rehearsal afterwards. No one knew what had happened. Well, everyone knows. And I think everyone is a bit of an exaggeration. 5 people, Rich, who have no friends and watch this crap. No. Shall we get on with some news? Okay, yeah. This isn't really the main news of today, but I just wanted to share this with you. You may have seen on the Grown Up News that a lady was conning some benefits and said she was housebound and couldn't travel and was too scared to go out. And then they've caught her because of this photo. Come on. There we go. Which I think, you know, that's the biggest sell. I just love that. It's just the funniest photo of the week, isn't it? This housebound benefit cheat. And then for those of you listening to the podcast, an audio form only, they're the true ones, aren't they? Rich said the audio files, disgusting audio files. There's a lady in a very bright pink jumpsuit and a helmet, just throwing her arms wide as she zip lines through Mexico. I would have said, don't take a photo of that if I'd been you. I would have said, maybe should we not go on the zip line just in case someone gets a photo of me looking happy and not being housebound. We've got to pretend we're housebound and I'm still in my house in the UK. Anyway, that's not the story. You may have seen on the Grown Up News that it's big robot news. Why does it take 2 touches of each of these buttons to work? Chris Evans and Terry. I'm sorry, I didn't realise it wasn't working. Every time I have to do it, I have to press the button twice. You know, I'm a big TV star. I'm on Bake Off this Sunday. And I don't expect to have to press a button twice. Okay? So can we get that sorted out? Yeah, Rich, I'm sorry about that. That's terrible. It's not. So a star of your magnitude shouldn't be accepted. Most people, I tell you right now, Terry, most TV stars of my caliber wouldn't even press a button once. They don't see that as their job. I don't feel I should have to press it twice for that to work. So if you want to keep your job, I'm from Bake Off, okay? Bake Off Stand Up to Cancer, 7:40 Sunday. Actual TV. And once they see me on that and they come and look at my YouTube channel to see what I'm up to, I think then we're going to see some stuff happening, aren't we? Then we're going to see Richard Herring, we won't have to hang around with this prick anymore. That's not very nice. I'll be with Joel Dommett or someone, won't it? Will you? And he won't. If I shit myself, and I tell Joel Dommett, he'll keep it secret. That's how you get to that level. People don't need to know about it. It wasn't even shit, like it's only a little bit. Anyway, you may have seen on the Grown Up News that Melania has been presenting a robot. Haven't we? Yeah, look, Rich, there they are, Melania and a robot. One of them is a soulless plastic automaton that does whatever they're told, whatever they're programmed to do, yeah, and has a blank face and no brain, and just works on robotics, yeah. And the other one is Melania Trump, isn't it? That's right, yeah. Those are the two. One's a robot and one's Melania Trump, yeah. So it was an odd way to phrase that. I just thought I would explain what a robot was for people who didn't know. So one of them, should we just do this for an hour? Yeah. One of them is I can't be bothered. And the other one is Melania Trump. The other one is Melania. Just list a load of things that a robot does, and then say, and the other one's Melania Trump, and that will be true. You could, if you wanted to shift that around, couldn't you? Yeah, no one would expect, if you listed a load of weird things like that, no one would expect you to reverse that. So if you want to be funny, we're not trying to be funny, we're trying to be truthful. Oh my God, I'm going to have to be quick. My director thinks we're starting at 10. Look, we've got time. Whatever, look, let's crack on with the news. So anyway, the news story here, shall we go through the news story? Yes, why don't we just actually do some news? Okay, so like if you're a TV exec watching this, you've just landed on this because you've been watching me on Bake Off thinking that guy would be good to be on proper telly. Ignore all the stuff there, that's just flim flam really, wasn't it? It was sort of flim flam Jimmy Jam, that was. So just I'll tell you the story. This is in Slate, which I think is a fine publication. Out of all the lamestream media, they'll tell you how it is. So yesterday at the White House, First Lady Melania Trump entered the room alongside a tall, slim, beige and black humanoid robot. Get your how can you tell which one is which joke out now. Well, I don't think that's not a funny thing to joke about, Slate. One of them's a human being and one of them's not. So come on, let's have some respect. The robot introduced itself as Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America, and told the group that it was grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and empowerment. So basically the story is Melania is hoping that we can get rid of traditional schools and just have a robot in your house that teaches your kids. And the beauty of this system is you don't have to risk putting the kids in a school where they might learn stuff different than your parents think, or have a liberal teacher telling them, to respect other human beings. You can literally program that robot to do anything, to say anything you want. And that will be a better way of teaching. The good thing about this, I think, Richard, is that if everyone is just schooled at home by a robot, there will be far few school shootings, won't there? That is true. So that's a bonus, and I think that probably the number of kids who get killed every year at school, it doesn't really matter if they're kind of brainwashed by a robot, that at least they live. Plus, if someone does attempt to attack the kids, you've got a robot there, presumably Robocop style, machine guns will come out, it'll mow down the attackers. So, that's a dual purpose there. Maybe we could replace the kids with robots as well, and then everyone will be safe. Just keep all the actual children in a sort of underground bunker. Melania thinks that teaching kids this way it'll be more efficient. Could be true. They will be made to believe that. Let's see how that's going. Yeah, me too. I'm just going to respond. To this, and don't worry about me. Melania thinks that I can't remember what she's going to say. Start doing your admin during the show. It's important. I would be late for a rehearsal if the director was any good and understood how to organise stuff. We'd be all right. Anyway, can we edit this out? It's live. If we get it out, you think all that stuff about me shitting myself would be in here? Okay. So anyway, look, we have got a special. Well, actually, this is a very special thing. Melania has set something up for us with We're going to go live to an American classroom where I believe one of the first robot teachers, is it going to be Henry Hippo? No, it's not going to be Henry Hippo. We don't do Henry Hippo every day. That's what people like. Make him say the thing. Someone in the comments yesterday said that they can speak Pikachuese and that Pikachu was saying big wobbling boobies all the way through, but I don't know if that's true. All right, Rich, let's get this over with. This is turning into a long one, isn't it? Oh, look, it's one of the robot teachers. Hello, Richard. I am a robot. Yeah, you are a robot. You don't look like the one in the picture. Well, I am a prototype. I am an American robot. Why haven't you got an American accent? Because robots, this is a robot accent. I talk robotese. And I am here to teach you about what's going on in the world. Okay, this is great. Well, this is a good way to find out if this is fair. So Iran started the war and Donald Trump bravely went in to rescue all the people there. No, that isn't true, is it? Yes. And Donald Trump was the greatest president there's ever been. Was, and still is, I mean. And also Donald Trump, we should all bow down and love him. And anyone who doesn't will be zapped with my tits. You have got some little tits there, haven't you? I'll zap you with my tits. Is this the best you can do? I mean, it's sort of a satirical thing where I'm making. Yeah, do you think you could have planned this a bit more? It's a sort of satirical thing where I'm pointing at this shadow all over your face. Well, the lights aren't working. The lights aren't working. The buttons don't work. I mean, I don't know what, I'm left here. Chris Evans sitting in his ivory tower, smoking up all the profits from this. This is making a lot of money for us, yeah. Smoking it with the old wacky backy. Is that what he does? Yeah. Not that one. Chris Evans, not that one. Anyway, believe in Donald Trump. He is God. Thank you for your lesson. Now go and play on your own in a cellar. Thank you. Goodbye. Well, I think we've seen there. Was that worth it? We've seen what happens. That's the idea, I guess. Melania there and the robot. I mean, I just think the danger is people will just want to have sex with the robot, won't they? That's the, and then the robot, being a robot, has to have sex with. That's the third law of robotics. If a human asks a robot to have sex with it, they have to do it. So I think that's going to endanger young children's lives. So I'm against this, and hopefully it won't come to pass. Thank you, Richard. It was fun, that lady. And let's go back to that lady because this was funny. Look at that lady. Whee! Hope you all have a good weekend. Thanks for indulging me. Do watch Bake Off on Sunday and see if I win. You can bet your house on it if you want. Don't bet your house on it. Don't give anything away. Well, I've seen it. I don't know what happens. I've seen this guy cook, and I can't believe he's as good as any of the other people. Well, you might be surprised. No, you won't. Did you shit yourself on Bake Off? No, I didn't. So I got to cut my finger quite badly. You're a fucking liability. Anyway, let's go. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, thank you. Oh, we started looking at each other too. Yeah, we did. I'm going to just pretend I'm making notes about the... All right. And then we can go. Can we go now? Yeah, let's go. Enjoy your weekend.